coming to you live from the Blue Eagle Gym here in Ateneo de Manila University in Katipunan in Quezon City. A quadruple header awaits us here in the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. But before that, our games today, we're starting things strong with the San Sebastian Stags going head-to-head playing for the first time today, the Perpetual at Altas. They'll be followed by the FEU Tamaraws versus the Letran Knights. Then the Adams and Soaring Falcons going head-to-head with the DLSU Green Archers, and we'll be capping off everything today with the Ateneo Blue Eagles versus the Benilde Blazers. My name is Paula Kalingasan, and I am so thrilled to be joining all of you today in this elimination round, the second week of the tournament, NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. So our tournament format, just to give people some context on how things will be going on, we have 16 teams coming from the UAAP, NCAA, and NAASCO, and they'll be grouped into 4 teams. They'll be grouped into 4 groups of 4 in a single round robin format. And standings from this round of 16 will determine seeding going into the quarterfinals, the semis, until the finals. So we already had our first weekend of this season in our standings. In Group A, one thing to note is the Ateneo Blue Eagles with only wins today, 2-0. We'll be focusing on Group B with the San Sebastian Golden Stags, who have already played their first game last week, and the Perpetual Altas, who will be stepping up today for the first time. Group C, Arellano Chiefs and FEU Tamaraws only on the win column. And Group D, San Beda Red Lions, oh my, just like the Ateneo Blue Eagles in Group A, 2-0, going for a streak maybe this early into the season. But once again, we'll be focusing on Group B, specifically the 2 NCAA teams alongside NU Bulldogs and the USC Growling Tigers. Starting with the San Sebastian Golden Stags. You know, they came from a loss in their first game against the NU Bulldogs, and it was a tight match, ending with just a 2-point difference between both teams. Let's look at the stats here between San Sebastian Golden Stags and the NU Bulldogs. In terms of steals, San Sebastian came out on top, 15, and even in the free throw shooting, they were producing efficiently, 68% from the free throw line, 26 out of 38. And 3 players were very important for this outing. They scored double digits. That's Carlo Inot with 15 points, Ralph Gabat with 14, Matt Acosta with 12, and of course that was paired by the heroics, the defense of Arwin Alforque with 5 rebounds and 5 steals. So for this game, second game of the season, they're definitely hungry. They want to rebuild and recalibrate. But moving on to Perpetual Altas, who finished 3rd place overall in the NCAA Season 101. Dominant campaign in their first group there. But now, here in this tournament, opening game, they'll be missing the players Patrick Sleet, John Abis, and JP Boral, key players for them. But we're looking forward to mostly rookies to watch out for here in this game. Mark Gojo Cruz, JD Pagolayan, and Sean Orgo. Coach Geoff Cleopas told me that months of preparation have kept them excited for this tournament. Their head coach for today is Olsen Rosella. The Perpetual Altas will be heading in today looking for what they've invested in to translate in this game. Tip-off will be coming in soon. A lot to watch out for in this ball game. We won't keep you here any much longer. Let's head on over to the Barker's table for our opening tip-off. opening tip-off awaits us. We are coming to you live from the Blue Eagle Gym here in Ateneo de Manila University in Katipunan, Quezon City. Second weekend of this tournament in the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. Of course, the best of the best in collegiate basketball. Tip-off points to the Perpetual Altas. Finding for the open man here. MGC going to the corner to Maglupay inside, and starting off the scoreboard, Justin Thompson. San Sebastian Golden Stags ball now. Floater, no good. Rebound by Eman Pizarro. Looking for an opening here for the Altas. 16 to shoot, corner, and that's good. Corner three from MGC, Mark Gojo Cruz. Now at a 5-point run, and there's only been a minute. Only a minute has passed here in this ball game. 10 seconds to shoot here for the Golden Stags. Three comes right off. MGC once again with the rebound. Double man there. Casinillo off the glass and out. Check that it is Mark Gojo Cruz. And a call on the way to the basket there. So these two teams have faced each other in the NCAA. They're both schools under that tournament. And one thing to note is that San Sebastian fell short in season 101, but they were able to play some spoilers. They secured notable upsets, one of which specifically against a top team like Perpetual Altas. And that was powered by the heroics of the rookies. Coach Tony Tan earlier told me that their first game, although they fell short, was also powered by their rookies. 2 for 2 there from the free throw line. Floater is good by Villanueva. Saved by Perpetual Altas there. Fighting for the best man open. Maglupay going for the basket. Call on the way to the basket. Which is why we'll be seeing Maglupay on the free throw line. So he was fouled by Matt Acosta. First personal foul for Acosta in this game. As we can see, Perpetual Altas, this is their first game. Coach Geoff Cleopas earlier told me that they're very excited. They had months of preparation. A lot of growth has come, especially with key losses. We talked about 3 players who are out in their roster: Patrick Sleet, John Abis, JP Boral. But we are looking at MGC, Mark Gojo Cruz, and Sean Orgo to be stepping up today. And of course, this is preparation for the next NCAA season. They want to see what they can improve on. And like we talked about in the pre-game, Coach Geoff Cleopas told me what they've been investing into, they wanted to translate in the game. Golden Stags ball now. Looking for the best man open here. Back out to Suico. 13 to shoot. Floater off the glass and in for Suico. And just like that, a 1-point difference between the Perpetual Altas and San Sebastian Golden Stags. Saved there. Looking for an opening. Trapped in the corner, goes baseline. 7 seconds to shoot here for Perpetual Altas. Maglupay once again drives to the basket, and it's good. Still a 1-point difference between both of these teams. Stolen away by Maglupay. Given now to his teammate, Mark Goho Cruz. Really stepping up. Really shining, leading his teammates. Especially after, once again, losing their key players to Patrick Sleet, John Abis, and JP Boral. So it's a foul on JM Tulabut, which is why the Golden Stags will be inbounding. They have possession now. And for the side of Perpetual Altas, we got a substitution there. Ten seconds to shoot here. Look at the 3-man defense stolen away by Perpetual Altas. Almost lost it. Saved, tapped. Will try to go, and the ball goes out of bounds, but the ball will stay with Perpetual Altas here. So shot clock is at 14 seconds here. Perpetual, after back-to-back baskets from San Sebastian, trying to stay consistent with the rhythm that they've had here, and now they're up 3 points. Pizarro there, now with MGC. Inside pass, saved, Maglupay. With 4 seconds to shoot, rebound by the Golden Stags. Number 39. Check that, 29, that was Matt Acosta. Fouled on his way to the basket, going to the free throw line now. Let's look at that. Bounce pass to Matt Acosta, but it was blocked. But there was enough contact for him to go to the free throw line and hopefully diminish this deficit. Matt Acosta goes 2 for 2 on the free throw line. Maglupay will inbound for the Perpetual Altas. Gives it to Mark Goho Cruz. Now to Casinillo. Efficiently bringing down the ball. Stolen away there. Intercepted. Counter steal. We'll go for a second chance. Spin, and it's in. Gets the end one play. So that will be a 3-point play opportunity for Perpetual Altas. But let's look at that last sequence. It was stolen away by the Golden Stags. Counter steal by Perpetual Altas. Getting the contact, putting it up, and making the basket count. So as we can see on the free throw line, that's number 25, Jello Galsano. And now Perpetual still leading in this game. They've been leading since we've started with 11 points. San Sebastian trailing behind with 8. And 5:56 left here in the first quarter. Golden Stags. Loose ball. Fighting for the ball here. And the refs called jump ball. Possession arrow. Possession arrow points to Perpetual Altas. This early into the game, really fighting for those possessions. That is the type of action that we expect to see here in NSAC. The best of the best in college basketball. Bounce pass to the corner there. Over to the other side. 13 seconds to shoot. Double man on the sideline. 10 seconds to shoot. And no man was there to get that pass from Pizarro. Turnover now to the Golden Stags. Norben Muktimar comes in for Perpetual Altas. Muktimar bringing it down. Look at that full court press before the ball has even come down. 11 seconds to shoot. Turnover. Roluna now with Orgo. Sean Orgo, one of the players, the key players we talked about in the pregame. And a call over there in the paint. And I believe that's a pushing foul on Matt Acosta, his second personal foul now here in the game. And now a substitution. Kitane coming in for the Golden Stags. Ball still with Perpetual Altas. 14 seconds on the shot clock. 4:56 left here in the first quarter. 3. No good for Perpetual Altas. Outlet pass. And it's in for the Golden Stags. Courtesy of Carlo Inot. Pagulayan. Dishes it in, Duremdes. And a call under the basket. A blocking foul. So that's a defensive foul on the Golden Stags. A few more substitutions here for the boys in yellow. But on the free throw line, on your screens, that is Kenji Duremdes shooting some free throws. So the deficit, well, the difference, the point difference between these two teams here have been quite steady at 1 to 2 points. Perpetual Altas holding on to that lead. And Duremdes widens it to a 3-point lead now. A call on the way to the basket. Another blocking foul, but this time on JD Pagulayan. That's his first personal foul. Spin. Floater no good. Perpetual Altas with the rebound and contact there. Right after Perpetual Altas got the ball.
Second foul on number 7, penalty. That's his first foul.
So we can see here another Perpetual Altas player going to the free throw line. First one is good. And going to how Perpetual Altas performed in Season 101 of the NCAA, they were actually ranked first in free throws allowed. They were ranked first in fouls, so they're a low fouling team. But as we can see here, they're making it count. Now a 5-point lead for Perpetual Altas. Golden Stags trying to find an opening here. Out of bounds, couldn't save it. So Perpetual Altas ball now. Orgo corner there. We have Aris Borja. Pass. And a shot. No good there for Janjan Roluna. But there was a pushing foul away from the basket.
That's his first foul.
Both teams penalty. Both teams have penalty. So with that pushing foul,
2 free throws for Orlando Forte.
we got 2 free throws for Golden Stags here. A chance to once again close in that 5-point deficit. Good on that first one for Arwin Alforque. 2 for 2, Arwin Alforque. Back to a 3-point difference between both of these teams. Perpetual Altas, loose ball, secures it, bounce pass, and it is inside by JD Pagulayan. At the right place, at the right time. Never mind the 3 Golden Stags who's around him. Going for the basket for sure. 14 seconds on the shot clock now. Golden Stags finding an open man here. Spins, goes inside. Still no good. Saved, but to the wrong jersey. Perpetual Altas now. Their ball. 14 seconds to shoot for Perpetual Altas. Bounces off the iron, but they'll go for a second chance here. Duremdes. Too strong, but it is in for Sean Orgo. Making the play count. Sean Orgo fastening those multiple possessions. Cornered on the sideline there. Golden Stags. And there's a call on the way to the basket. I believe that will be, that's a hacking foul on number 5 of the Golden Stags, and a few substitutions here before he shoots from the free throw line. Deep breath here. And free throw shots are good for the Golden Stags. Perpetual Altas now with the ball. 2:29 left here in the first quarter. Score is Perpetual Altas 19, San Sebastian Golden Stags 14. And a turnover here. And the shot is good for Carlo Inot. Long pass there. And there's a good thing Eman Pizarro was there because his teammate fell on the way to the basket. Three players will be coming in for Perpetual Altas, but let's look at those last few sequences here. Going all the way to the basket. No hesitation whatsoever, Golden Stags. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. Duremdes Kenji, falling on the way there, but no worries because Inot was there. So in that last play, there was a foul on Kitane, which is why on the free throw line now. We will have Perpetual Altas player short on the first one. That's Kelsey Valdoria. And on your screens, head coach Tony Tan of the Golden Stags. A new coach for this team, definitely a new system, and with new players, a lot to watch out for here for the Golden Stags. Contact on the way to the basket, and that was quite a hard fall. That's a blocking foul on Perpetual Altas. Carlo Inot still on the floor. And based on your screens, he was holding on to his left wrist, but he's up now, going back to the Golden Stags bench. So let's look here. Inot going straight for it, but he was blocked on his way to the basket. And I believe that's Inigo Montemayor. A high jump. And based on this replay here, it looks like he fell straight forward on his wrist. So the refs will be looking on that last play. Hopefully no injuries. Hopefully all is well for Carlo Inot. So to shoot some free throws, to shoot two for Carlo Inot, it will be Ralph Gabat right now on the free throw line. First free throw is good for Gabat. Two for two on the free throw line. Ralph Gabat. Perpetual Altas ball now. 1 minute and 38 seconds left in the first quarter. 14 seconds to shoot here for Perpetual Altas. And it's good for Inigo Montemayor. Getting the pass, choosing to drive to the basket and making it count. A second chance here for the Golden Stags. 9 seconds to shoot now. The bench counting down. 1 second to shoot. No good. A second chance now here. Shot clock is at 11. And the refs will call for a traveling violation. That's on Ralph Gabat. So a turnover now to inbound for Perpetual Altas. That's Kenji Doremdes. Doremdes dishes it out to Montemayor. Bounce pass. And out of bounds.
15 seconds on the shot clock.
So ball will stay with Perpetual Altas. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 41.4 seconds left here in the first quarter. A quick look there. No good. Fast break opportunity for the Golden Stags. And it's good. Norben Moctemar going for that fast break opportunity off the turnover. Another steal here. Moctemar. And another fall here under the basket. Perpetual Altas, that's Kurt Velasquez. He's clutching to on his lower back. The refs are talking to him, but he looks to be standing up again a bit slowly. Slowly but surely.
Foul on number 11, Kurt Velasquez. That's his first.
So Kurt Velasquez, that'll be his first personal foul. And on the free throw line,
Substitution.
Ralph Gabat. So let's look at that last sequence again. So he tried to intercept that shot, and their arms got entangled, resulting into a hard fall. But as we can see, Kurt Velasquez is still in your screens. He's still playing. Ralph Gabat. In and out. And back in. On his second free throw line. 13 seconds left here. Shot clock is off. Contact fighting for the ball, but look at them helping each other up. So that last call is a pushing foul, which is why we can see Perpetual Altas now on the free throw line. That's Kurt Velasquez on the free throw line. Free throws are good for Perpetual Altas. Now, Golden Stags ball. 11.2 seconds left here in the first quarter. The shot clock is off. Bringing it down. Double man. 2 seconds. Intercepted. Last shot by Kenji Doremdes. Too short. And we are ending the first quarter with Perpetual Altas up by 4 points, 25 to St. Sebastian Golden Stags is 21 points in this first period. Once again, the end of our first quarter, our score is San Sebastian Golden Stags 21, Perpetual Altas 25. Back here in the Blue Eagle Gym in Katipunan, Quezon City. Our first game of the day heading into the second quarter. This is San Sebastian Golden Stags versus the Perpetual Altas. here in the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. Starting off with Golden Stags ball. 12 seconds to shoot for the Golden Stags here. Alforque bounce pass to the wrong man, but the ball went out of bounds. So for Altas was last touch there. Golden Stags will keep it with 4 seconds to shoot. And the ball went out of bounds on that inbound. So Maglupay now will inbound for the red shirts. Our score is Perpetual Altas 25, San Sebastian Golden Stags 21. Calling for a play here. 10 seconds to shoot for the Altas. A call, almost an N1 play. But Inigo Montemayor will be going to the free throw line to shoot some free throws. Check that. Perpetual Altas will keep the ball possession off the glass, but second chance now. Intercepted by the Golden Stags. No good. Rebound and contact under the basket. So that's a pushing foul, I believe, on the Golden Stags. You can see here there was a bit too much contact between Arwin Alforque and the Altas player who got the rebound. For now, a few substitutions for both teams. Once again, we can see here, it was between Inigo Montemayor and Arwin Alforque trying to gain possession of that ball. And now, Inigo Montemayor will be shooting some free throws. Three players coming in for the Golden Stags now. And they'll try to find a way to move the scoreboard here in the second quarter. Altas ball. Inigo Montemayor with the inbound to MGC. Full court press trying to stop Perpetual Altas, but the pass was way too strong. Turnover now to the Golden Stags. Christian Risho, also one of the men to watch out for here in San Sebastian's team. Still Golden Stags ball. Shot clock is at 21. He gives it to Magkale. And now, a call as he was trying to make that shot. Christian Risho draws the foul and will be shooting from the free throw line. A substitution as well here for the Perpetual Altas. Number 10, Aris Borja coming in. And JM Tolabot taking a seat for now. First free throw is in for Christian Risho. A lane violation on that second free throw shot. So another substitute free throw. Another opportunity to widen, to close the gap rather, for the Golden Stags. Given to the wrong team. Golden Stags, no good. Loose ball. Secured, but stepped out of bounds. Matt Acosta. And that will result in a turnover. Mark Goho Cruz on the baseline to inbound. Going straight to the basket. Traveling. Violation called there on Perpetual Altas. So JD Pagulayan will be coming in. And as we can see, Inigo Montemayor back in his feet after tying his shoelaces. A bit of a stumble on the way to the basket, and he'll be going back to the bench. Golden Stags now. Contact. And there is a call on his way to the basket. That's a pushing foul on Aris Borja, which is why Matt Acosta is on the free throw line. Substitution also for Perpetual Altas. We have Jello Galzano coming in. Just 2 minutes have passed here in the second quarter, but so much has happened. Our score right now is Perpetual Altas 25, Golden Stags 23. Good on that second free throw shot. Altas ball. Finding the best man open, Maglupay. Back to him on the corner. Bounces right off. Moctemar rebound. Now with Gabat. Finding an opening. Step and it's good! Penetrating the Perpetual Altas defense. And the Altas have an answer to that shot. Courtesy of JD Pagulayan. Bounce pass inside. No good on that shot. And now there was a pushing foul on number 29, Matt Acosta. But let's look at this last sequence here. Trying to find the best position to make that shot, Ralph Gabat, and making it count. But on the other side of the court, JD Pagulayan saying, we have a three of our own. Just 2 points standing between Perpetual Altas and the San Sebastian Golden Stags. Altas ball. Casinillo gives it to Pagulayan. Back to Casinillo, finding an open man here. Turnover, counter steal. And the basket is good for Jello Galzano. At the right place and at the right time. 12 seconds to shoot now for the Golden Stags. corner three, and it's good. Norben Moctemar making that shot. JD Pagolayan tries to go for three again, no good. Stolen away by the Golden Stags. Pass is no good. Perpetual Altas ball. So ball will now stay with the Perpetual Altas after a call there. Let's look at this last sequence. A corner three from Norben Moctemar. Mark Goho Cruz on the free throw line. They're now up 2 points as compared to Golden Stags is 29 so far in this ball game. Two for two on the free throw line there for Mark Goho Cruz. Golden Stags ball, trying to find the best man open. Top of the key, Ralph Gabat. Spins, goes for the basket, and it's good. Basket for Ralph Gabat there. Altas will try to find an answer. Maglupay, bounce pass to the inside, and out of bounds. Golden Stags ball now. Let's look at the last sequence here. That spin move. Floater by Ralph Gabat. No hesitation. Now we've got the timeout. These two teams will be talking things through. Our score before the timeout is Perpetual Altas 32, San Sebastian Golden Stags 31. Still here in the Blue Eagle Gym in Katipunan, Quezon City, still watching the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. Second weekend of the tournament. First game of the day, it is still the San Sebastian Golden Stags versus the Perpetual Altas. 5:23 left here in the first half. No good on that jumper by Ralph Gabat. Outlet pass is good by Mark Goho Cruz. On the corner now. Three is good by Christian Risho. Score is now tied 34 all after Perpetual Altas was holding on. Well, I stand corrected. Mark Goho Cruz, 3 points there. They're now in the lead once again. The Golden Stags trailing behind. Try to find an answer. No good on that pass. Ball went out of bounds. Eman Pizarro coming in. So Golden Stags ball now, but only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Three seconds left here. Too short for Christian Risho. But they're going for a second chance. 10 seconds to shoot, spin, hesitates, and it's good for Arwin Alforque. Arwin Alforque finding the right timing there. Tough shot is good for Casinillo. Enot now in the game. One of the top scorers in the Golden Stags' first game last week. And a blocking foul on the floor now. And a substitution. Sean Orgo coming back in for Perpetual Altas. Ralph Gabat on the inbound. Gives it to Magcale. 10 seconds to shoot for the Golden Stags. 3. Off the iron and out. Altas rebound. Bring it down, Orgo. Looking for the best man open. Sides on a 3. And there is a call under the basket. They were fighting for the leather there. Ball will go to the Golden Stags. With 2 minutes and 58 seconds left here in the second quarter. A few substitutions. Trying to figure out how to the best lineup now to end this first half strong. Almost lost it there. It's saved by Christian Risho. Goes for the basket. No good for Enot. Altas ball now. Goho Cruz from the corner, no good. And a call right under the basket there. As JD Pagulayan will head to the free throw line to shoot some hoops. So 2 shots for JD Pagulayan after a hacking foul from Norben Moctemar. First one is good for Pagulayan. And Perpetual Altas is still holding on to a 3-point lead after a quick tie at 36 all earlier. This shot could widen that lead. And now they're up 4. They're up 5 rather. Perpetual Altas 41 to the Golden Stags 36. On your screens, Segovia coming in. Ball went out of bounds, but it will stay with the Golden Stags. 18 on the shot clock now. Junix Segovia with the inbound. .13 to shoot. Finding an opening here. Stolen away by the Perpetual Altas. To the corner. Floater is good by Velasquez. Stolen away once again by the Altas. Loose ball. A second chance here for the Altas. Pagulayan. Now on the corner. Back in. But rebound will go to Christian Risho. Stags ball. 17 on the shot clock. A minute and 32 left here in the second quarter. Going for the three. No good for Carlo Inot. Pagulayan from his favorite spot. JD Pagulayan 3. Moving forward the scoreboard for the Altas. Now we are at a 10-point difference. Perpetual Altas leading 46 to the Golden Stags 36.
Pagbalik may dalawa mo ng slow mo.
The last few sequences on your screen. That floater by Kurt Velasquez. And that three-pointer by JD Pagulayan. It's those shots from Perpetual Altas. We've been talking about, this tight game, but now, in just a few minutes of play here in the second quarter, they're leading by 10 points. Score is Perpetual Altas 46, San Sebastian Golden Stags 36. That's quite, the cushion with a minute and 14 seconds left here in the second quarter. Got Golden Stags ball stolen away, intercepted here by the Altas. Finding the best man open, Orgo. And it's good for Sean Orgo. So we'll be having an official's timeout. I believe they'll try to fix the shot clock. So it was stuck at 24 in that last sequence. And one thing to note, once again, these two teams, San Sebastian Golden Stags and Perpetual Altas, they're both NCAA teams who have faced each other in Season 101. And their matchup in Season 101 resulted in a notable upset, a spoiler by the Golden Stags. And that was a completely different roster to what we're seeing right here now. Based on what I've heard from both coaches, for Coach Tony Tan, this is a rebuilding year. It's a new team, a new system that they're trying to establish just to be prepared for the next season in the NCAA. Meanwhile, for Perpetual Altas, Coach Geoff Cleopas told me that they just want to see what they want. They want to see what they have to improve and make those months of preparation count. game back on now. Altas ball. 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. 14 seconds to shoot for the Altas. They'll try to slow things down or go with the ball. Spin now with Doremdes. Corner. No good, and that's a shot clock violation on the Altas. The Golden Stags will have possession now with 2.3 seconds left in the second quarter. And a trip, loose ball on that last sequence. But we are ending the first half of this game. Perpetual help 48. Perpetual Altas 48. San Sebastian Golden Stags 36. Quite the sequence we found here towards the end of the second quarter. Perpetual Altas staying aggressive and really opening that gap, keeping them in the lead. Once again, our score at the end of the first half is Perpetual Altas 48 and San Sebastian Golden Stags 36.
Then highlight mo na 10 stats.
Big score. Here at the halftime of the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour, score has been Perpetual Altas 48, San Sebastian Golden Stags 36. An explosive first half here for both teams. Perpetual Altas staying aggressive on their way to the basket and making every play count. Never mind the contact, never mind the defenders under the basket. They will go straight for it. They have been sharing the ball pretty well based on our stats, which we'll be talking about later on. And the Golden Stags, the key players we've talked about earlier in the pregame, really stepping up. That was Carlo Inot. And just tough shots being made back to back to back here. Really fascinating, those new systems. We've seen new players, new talents gearing up for this tournament and trying to show us what they can do. And of course, both teams, after I talked to them earlier before the game, they really want to push the growth. And that's what we've been seeing. Constant improvement after each sequence. Shots like that we're seeing here on the floor. So a lot more action awaits us. Probably an even higher level of intensity and aggressiveness with the ball into the basket. Another standout for Perpetual Altas, Mark Goho Cruz. And of course, Kurt Velasquez. And of course, Pagulayan with the threes that he's made that created that much needed cushion for Perpetual Altas in the second quarter. It has been a tight game, but now we can see Perpetual Altas up 12 points. Why is that? Talking about the field goals now, Perpetual Altas is shooting more efficiently, 60%, making 17 out of their 33 shots, as opposed to the Golden Stags is 10 out of 26. They're only shooting 38%. And in terms of three-point field goals, Perpetual Altas is up by just a bit, but it is counting for them. They're up by 12 points. Equally, these players are rebounding quite well. In terms of assists, the Altas are sharing the ball a bit more compared to the Golden Stags. And as we've seen turnovers, these have been the key points in multiple sequences that we've seen. The leading scorers now for Golden Stags, we have Gabat with 9 points, Inot with 6, and Risho with 5. Moving over to Perpetual Altas, Goho Cruz with 12. He's the only one in double digits here. Galsano with 5 and De Guzman with 4. Both teams have very deep benches. That's one thing to take note of. So we can see either Coach Tony Tan or Coach Olsen Racela to really utilize that bench. Coach Tony Tan told me earlier that he used his entire bench in their first game against the NU Bulldogs because he really wants to see the improvement, he wants to see the talent from each player. And he's been very proud because it has been the heavy lifting from the rookies, the new guys who have come in for the Golden Stags, who have stepped up and really produced the much needed points. Third quarter of action now. Still here in the Blue Eagle Gym in Katipunan, Quezon City. For our new viewers, you are watching the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. Our first game of this quadruple header for today. The San Sebastian Golden Stags versus Perpetual Altas. So, to take note, this is a college basketball campus tour. We started in the first weekend in the campus of San Beda. Now in our second weekend of the tournament, we're here in Ateneo at the Blue Eagle Gym. And next week, we'll be heading over to the UP campus in the Varsity Training Center. So the refs are reviewing an early call here.
Shot clock is at 17 seconds.
And so Perpetual Altas will have possession. First possession here in the third quarter. Maglupay with their inbound with 16 on the shot clock. Goho Cruz is calling a play there. Maglupay, 6 seconds to shoot. MGC, bounce pass to the inside. And a shot clock violation there from the Altas. Quick rebound. Ball brought down. And Ralph Gabat, oh my, coming from the other side of the court to his basket. But MGC, Mark Goho Cruz, will have a response to that. Stags, 13 to shoot. Bounce pass and contact on Vince Wico's attempt at the basket. Altas ball now. Mark Goho Cruz again with the ball. Orgo. Check that, Casinillo. To Pizarro inside, loose ball. Stolen away by the Golden Stags. Carlo Inot. Now with Gabat. Back to Inot in the paint, no good. Second chance opportunity, stolen away by Maglupay. Maglupay intercepting that pass, seeing that he had a free lane on the way to his basket, and he made that opportunity count. 10 seconds to shoot here for the Golden Stags. Under the basket, no good. Second chance now. Shot clock at 14. Blocked. Rebound is secured by Perpetual Altas. Mark Goho Cruz now to the corner. Maglupay. Back out to Baldoria. Casinillo, 3. LA Casinillo reading that play, taking no hesitation to make that shot from the outside. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Golden Stags ball. Perpetual Altas was the last touch there. But let's look at this fast break by Maglupay, intercepting that pass. And of course, LA Casinillo for 3. Coming in hot in the early minutes of the third quarter. 7 seconds to shoot. Golden Stags, no good. Second chance is good for Mata Costa. And San Sebastian is trying to close a 15-point deficit with shots like that. That last shot courtesy by Christian Ricio. The Altas are still up 55 to the Golden Stags 42. call on the floor will bring the ball to the side of the Perpetual Altas. Mark Goho Cruz on the inbound. And he'll be starting things off here. Maglupay now. Finding the best man open, goes inside, but the ball goes out of bounds. Stags ball. Christian Ricio on the baseline. Gives it to Ralph Gabat. Stolen away by MGC. Goes for the layup and it's good. Not letting himself get intimidated by the defense under the basket. Turnover there by the Golden Stags. Allen Maglupay now with the inbound. The time left here in the third quarter, 6 minutes and 10. Shot clock for Perpetual Altas at 15. Mark Goho Cruz calling a play. Brings it inside. No good. Rebound by the Stags. Gabat going straight to the basket. And it's in. Mark Goho. The Golden Stags rather. Slowly trying to diminish this deficit. But they are still playing catch up. 10 seconds to shoot. On the corner, Maglupay. Gives it to Baldoria. And now, a three-pointer by the Perpetual Altas, LA Casinillo. And of course, shots like that shows how this team wants to hold on to this lead. But Ralph Gabat is stopping at nothing. A traveling violation there. And a couple of substitutions for both teams here. But let's look at these last few sequences. Golden Stags loose ball. Stolen away by Mark Goho Cruz. And finishing it off with a basket. Taking every opportunity. Tough shot made by the guy that you're definitely gonna want to stop if you're going up against Perpetual Altas. Golden Stags ball with 13 on the shot clock. Ralph Gabat trying to find an opening on the corner. Three is no good for Christian Ricio. A second chance. And that will be good for Mata Costa. Altas ball. 13 to shoot. Pagulayan. No good. Rebound by the Stags. Going straight for the basket. Intercepted. Last touch Altas. Ball will stay with the Golden Stags. Let's see the action under the basket. Not letting the Golden Stags diminish that deficit any further. Perpetual Altas staying aggressive in both ends of the court. So there was a holding foul on Kenji Deremdes. Golden Stags ball with 18 seconds on the shot clock now. Gives it to Mata Costa. Now with Alforque. Bounce pass to the wrong jersey. Calm and collected. JM Tolabot with that basket. Calm and composed, really. 12 seconds on the shot clock now with 3:40 left here in the third quarter. Stolen away by the Altas. Opportunity to widen the gap now. And that is good for Del Sano. There was a call on the floor on offensive foul. A holding foul rather. We have two Golden Stags players coming in this sequence. That was Magkali with the inbound. Now Moctemar. Here now with Acosta. Dishes it out to his teammate. Moctemar, 13 to shoot. Goes inside, drives, passes it out. No basket, but gets the foul. So that last call was on JM Tulabot. It's already his fourth personal foul. And we're still here in the third quarter. Christian Riccio on the free throw line makes his first one. So our score now is that the Perpetual Altas is up with 64. The Golden Stags still trying to catch up with 49. But it's those baskets right there, 2 for 2 for Christian Riccio. Those little details that are moving the scoreboard and will definitely count until the last minutes of this game. Altas ball with 14 to shoot. Pagulayan, 3! JD Pagulayan, 3-pointer after 3-pointer since the first half. At this point, you can definitely pinpoint his favorite spots on both ends. Christian Riccio, tough drive to the basket but finds a spin and the finish. Stolen away by the Stags. Magkali. And no good. Second chance is also no good. Pagulayan with the rebound. Outlet pass. But sadly, Borja stepped out of bounds. And that will be a turnover. So Christian Riccio will be going back to the bench, get some much needed rest. Golden Stags ball with under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Secured by Matt Acosta. Now Moctemar falls on the way to the basket and stolen away by Kenji Doremdes. Kenji Doremdes double teamed there by the Golden Stags defense. And a call on the floor. The San Sebastian Golden Stags will be calling for a timeout. They'll want to talk things through. Our score now is Perpetual Altas 67 and San Sebastian Golden Stags 52. A minute and 30 left in the third quarter. Our score, Perpetual Alta still up with 67. And the Golden Stags with 52. It's Golden Stags ball with 18 on the shot clock. A little to the right there for Kent Bacani. And the call. So the Golden Stags, Coach Tony Tan will try to challenge that last call and will want to talk things through. And so far, both teams, as we've said, they have a deep bench. Bench points right now for the Golden Stags is 18 compared to Perpetual Alta's 33. Let's look at the last sequence now. That battle for the ball, trying to figure out who was the last touch. That will decide who will have possession here. So let's look at that replay once again. After that shot by Bacani went out, both number 30s went for it. It will depend on the refs who was last touch. So once again, that was Norben Moctemar and Kenji Doremdes who went for the ball. And so Perpetual Altas, upon review, they will have the ball. The challenge was unsuccessful for Coach Tony Tan. Loose ball, stolen away by Doremdes. Off the glass and in by Norben Moctemar. .16 on the shot clock. We hear Sean Orgo talking to his teammates. 9 to shoot. Orgo with the ball. Pagulayan. Off the glass. And out, but there was a call on the floor. A holding foul. And so the Altas will have the second opportunity here with 14 on the shot clock. On the baseline, to the wrong teammate. Taken away, and it's in for Matt Acosta. Going coast to coast. Now, we've got 27 seconds left here on the third quarter. Sean Orgo gave it to Borja. Call on the floor, but ball stays with the Altas. Another holding foul, and that will be on Q Magcale. Once again, 14 to shoot. Doremdes on the inbound. Ten seconds here for Gelsano. Dishes it out to Orgo. He'll spin. Shot at the free throw line, no good. And a hacking foul on Moctemar. That's his third personal foul. So there will be 2 shots on the free throw line for Sean Orgo. A chance to move the scoreboard. It has been stagnant on 67 and 56. Moves it up to 68. And we got 8.1 seconds left here in the third quarter. But still, a lot can happen, as we've seen in the first half. No good on that second one for Sean Orgo. 3 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bumped. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Perpetual Altas still up with 68 and San Sebastian Golden Stags with 56.
Third quarter highlights muna tayo.
With adjustments from the half, our third quarter was nothing short of jam-packed with action. Both teams equally producing 20 points in the 10 minutes of play. Perpetual Altas, like that fast break opportunity for Maglupay, really solidified what the third quarter was all about. But once again, the story remains. The Altas are up here in the fourth quarter. They're up 68. And the Golden Stags are still playing catch-up at 56. It is important to note that once again, both teams equally produced just 20 points each in the third quarter. We'll see what changes here in the fourth quarter. 9 seconds to shoot now for the Golden Stags. No good. Last touch to Stags. JD Pagolayan going back to the bench. Inigo Montemayor back in. Altas ball now. Montemayor gives it back to Remdes. To the corner. Montemayor again. 7 to shoot. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And the call as the clock was winding down. That'll be a blocking foul on Q Magcale, his second personal foul. And Inigo Montemayor will have two chances on the free throw line. Once again, if you've just joined us right now, the game is Perpetual Altas versus the San Sebastian Golden Stags here at the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. The second week of the tournament. And right now, it is a campus store. We're at the Ateneo de Manila University campus, playing with the best of the best in collegiate basketball. Spin is no good for Mata Costa. Montemayor now to Alforque. Stolen away. Golden Stags gets the contact on his way to the basket. That was Kent Bacani. He draws the foul, and that will be on Kurt Velasquez. 2 shots now for Kent Bacani on the free throw line. Now on the last quarter, every shot for the Stags will definitely count. Trying to catch up to Perpetual Altas. Second shot is good for Kent Bacani. Trying to find the best shot possible now. From the corner, too strong there for Velasquez. No good. Altas rebound. Now Altas ball. Doremdes. Reverse layup is good for Kenji Doremdes. Maximizing the shot clock, trying to find the best shot possible. Now they're up with 72 points. Too strong. And a pushing foul just under the basket. And that will be a pushing foul on Aris Borja. It is his 4th personal foul. Still early here in the 4th quarter. The Golden Stags will have possession at 7:34 in the clock. Got Borja bringing it down. And Kenji Doremdes couldn't save it. Few substitutions. Neil Castor coming in for Kit Baroga. Stags ball. Moctemar. Gives it to Acosta. Look at that matchup with Altas. Dishes it out. Bang for 3. And that's Kent Bacani. A good look, a really great pass after being cornered on the paint. 11 to shoot for Altas. Stolen away by the Stags. Counter steal and a fast break opportunity. That is fastened by Aris Borja. At the right place and at the right time. Basket is good for the Golden Stags. Now we're at 11 points, an 11-point difference between both teams. The biggest lead for the Altas has been 17. And as we can see, Aris Borja on the floor after the last sequence, but now he's up on his feet. Players, hopefully no one injured. And we're We're gonna want them to stay healthy. It's still early in the season. Let's look at that last sequence. Kurt Velasquez gave it to Luna Pizarro and away from the basket by the baseline. We could see Aris Borja falling down. Aris Borja has taken a seat. Still Alta's ball. 14 to shoot. Gives it to Mark Gojo Cruz. Now to Maglupay. Back to MGC with 7 to shoot. Gives it to Montemayor. Stolen away. Intercepted by the Stags. Stops for a 3. No good for Ralph Gabat. Maglupay now. They'll try to execute the play. Montemayor with 11 to shoot. Gives it to Velasquez. 5 seconds to shoot. Spin. And a call on his way to the basket. JD Pagulayan coming back in here in the game for Altas with Stags ball. Still an 11-point lead for the Altas with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the game. 4-3. Incredible shot by Neil Castor. And we were just talking about leads here. Back to a single-digit difference. Pagulayan from his favorite spot, 3. JD Pagulayan raining triples here from the first quarter. Now in the fourth, staying consistent from the outside. There's a call. I believe it's on Tolabot. So that last foul from Tolabot was his 5th personal foul. Now he'll be taking a seat. And a timeout is called. Our score now is an 11-point difference. Perpetual Alta 77, San Sebastian Golden Stags 66.
Foul sa dulo.
Still here in the Blue Eagle gym. 11-point lead for Perpetual Altas at 77 to the Golden Stags 66. It's Golden Stags ball with 14 on the shot clock. Gabat finds Castor. Castor goes for 3 and it's good. Neil Castor. And now, it is just an 8-point lead for Perpetual Altas. Mark Goho Cruz goes for the jumper, no good. Second chance, no good. Stolen away. Back to the Altas. Pagulayan. And a call on the floor.
Offensive foul, number 11, Perpetual, that's his third.
And that's an offensive foul on the Altas way to the basket. Because of that, Kurt Velasquez will be taking a seat for now. Stags ball. Alforque gives it to Gabat. Back to Castor. Gabat now with 8 to shoot. Spins. No good. Gotta give it to the defense of Perpetual Altas there. Maintaining a steady inside presence. 4-3. No good. 3 minutes left here. And there was a bit of contact as the ball went out of bounds. And the refs will say that the ball will go to the Perpetual Altas. Jello Gelzano will be coming in for the Golden Stags. Maglupay now with the inbound. And Casinillo. Triple man there. MGC stolen away by the Stags. Layup. Layup is good for Ralph Gabat. Never mind the 3 Altas players right in front of you under the basket. Intercepted and bothered. They will try. They tried to go for a second chance here in the fast break. And that last call, the refs are now talking to Coach the Perpetual Altas, and I believe Coach Joff Cleopas will ask for a challenge there. Once again, from the end of the second quarter until the third, the Altas have been holding on to a really steady lead in double digits, but now only 6 points stand between both of these teams. So our coach's challenge earlier, as we can see, so the refs are trying to decide who was last touch in that last sequence when both players were going for the rebound. Once again on your screens. Kent Bacani shot no good. And the refs have decided. Ball will go to the Altas. Last touch was the Golden Stags. Challenge unsuccessful. Check that. Challenge was successful. Perpetual Altas ball. Corner 3. Mark Goho Cruz from the corner. Efficient on both ends of the court. If you want to stop the Altas, you want to stop Mark Goho Cruz. Call under the basket. And the point difference between both of these teams are still in the single digit. 9 points. And a chance for the Golden Stags to close that. Neil Castor on the free throw line. First shot is good. One out of two on the free throw line for Neil Castor. He now has 8 points in the game. And there's less than 2 minutes now here in the ball game. Golden Stags. No good. And at that call, the Stags did touch the ball at the basket. So first personal foul, a hacking foul on Mark Goho Cruz. The Stags once again on the free throw line. This time it's Kent Bacani. 8-point deficit. Chance to close it down. And hopefully secure a much needed win here. But of course, I talked to Coach Tony Tan earlier, and he says he just wants everyone to develop. He wants to play everybody and for everyone to learn from the mistakes. Never mind the wins, never mind the losses. It's all about growth and progression from here on out. 12 to shoot. Goho Cruz in and out. Pagulayan with the second chance. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, Golden Stags. Still Altas ball. A minute and 27 seconds left here in the ball game. 6 points between these teams. Timeout now called by Perpetual Altas. We'll see you when we're back.
Later, Gabat. You know the
Still here at the Blue Eagle Gym in Katipunan, Quezon City. A minute and 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter of our San Sebastian Golden Stags game versus the Perpetual Altas. An NCAA matchup. But this time it's very different. Things are very different. New rosters, new systems, new players. We've seen a lot of new talent step up. Altas, Maglupay off the glass and in with 9 seconds left. Maglupay. Golden Stags, Gabat. Dishes it out. No good on that 3. Second chance here, Matacosta. Gives it back to Gabat. He'll drive. 5 to shoot. Too strong. Pagulayan with the rebound. Goho Cruz. Less than a minute to play now. Casenillo. They have the advantage to burn down the clock. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Casenillo. No good. And the call trying to fight for that rebound. And that's a holding foul on JD Pagulayan. That's his 3rd personal foul in the ball game. That's 2 shots for Arwin Alforque. See him on the free throw line. Hopefully trim down this deficit with 26.3 left in the ball game. And a few substitutions. Hopefully to close out this game. Alforque sinks in that first one.
Bagong rebounder.
Alforque on your screens. 2 for 2 for Arwin Alforque. 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 26.3 seconds left in the ball game. Holding foul on Ralph Gabat on the inbound. And a few substitutions once again for Golden Stags. Still Altas ball. 24.4 is our game clock. And 24 on the shot clock. Maglupay. Another call on the floor. And this time it's on Neil Castor. A holding foul. So once again, this is just our first game of the day. Got a quadruple header waiting for you in the second week of the tournament. Right now, it's the campus tours stop at the Ateneo campus. So shot clock is at 14 seconds. And our score with 16.8 left here in the ball game is Perpetual Altas 82 and the Golden Stags 76. Two free throws for Mark Goho Cruz. Sinking in that first one. Mark Goho Cruz, strong starter, definitely a facilitator in this group, in this team. And they've been shooting really well from the free throw line. Timeout called by the Golden Stags. We'll see you when we come back.
Dire. Hindi tugma yung score ng Alpha. 84 ng Alpha.
Coming off the timeout, we still have 16.8 seconds left here in the game. 14 on the shot clock for the Golden Stags. Score, Altas 84, while the Stags are at 76. Just an 8-point difference between both of these teams. Neil Castor gives it to Gabat. 8 to shoot. Finding an opening here. For 3, no good. A second chance. And that will be it for our ball game. Ending it with a Golden Stags basket courtesy of Arwin Alforque. Finishing off the fourth quarter, the Perpetual Altas finished their first game of the season with a win. Rebounder of the game with 6 rebounds is Arwin Alforque, the guy with that last shot for the Golden Stags. We've seen him deliver, really secure the ball, get things going to make opportunities count for the Golden Stags. And of course, our player of the game is none other than Mark Goho Cruz of the Perpetual Altas. He finishes this with 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. A very efficient player on both ends of the court. We were talking about key losses in the team, but never mind, we have Mark Goho Cruz to facilitate, to share the ball, to score, and know when to make his teammates shine. We're ending the first game of today's quadruple header with a Perpetual Altas victory. They ended at 84 to San Sebastian Golden Stags 78. Remaining strong, remaining aggressive. But this is just the start, just the first game for both teams. Thank you so much. There are more games to come at this weekend's stop at the Ateneo campus. On behalf of the hardworking men and women behind the scenes, our director Abet Ramos, our producer Mark Morado, I am Paula Kalingasan, and thank you so much for joining us at the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. This has been the best of the best in collegiate basketball.